What's up, fam? It's RJ Young. I'm not on a step mill. Today, I'm going to tell you 10 reasons why Baker Mayfield will win the Heisman Trophy. And I promise there's a few of these you haven't even thought of that don't even come into most voters' minds. And all of that's coming up after the bumper. If this is your first time here or you haven't liked or subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so because I upload a video every single day and it's always OU related, college football related, sports related. We have a good time. Ring the bell so you can join the Sooner Savage Gang notification squad. Alright, bumper.
Just snap the damn ball, RJ.
So the first of these reasons is an act, and it took place in Columbus, Ohio, after OU stuffed a mud hole in and walked dry Ohio State. The Sooners won 31-16. Baker Mayfield styled on them big time, took the OU flag, planted it firmly in the O block at the shoe because it fits and we wear it. And now the Ohio State Buckeyes owe the Sooners monthly rent. The land thieves have marked Columbus as Sooner territory, staked our claim and made off. That's a Ponzi scheme joke, you know, because they owe us money and we're just making money off of them. Stay woke, fam. Number 2 on the list is he walked up to the Baylor football players during pregame and said, "You forgot who daddy is, it's time for me to spank you." Never mind that Baker Mayfield that said that to the players at the Baptist University, where they probably say Our Fathers before game. So now Baker's in their head and they're asking about who am I really praying to? Who's really daddy off in here? Like, there's several Baptist jokes that I could make right now, but I'm not gonna because I'm not tasteless and classless. So why do you bring 2 Baptists with you when you go fishing? Because one of them will tell on the other one if they drink all your beer. Why did the high school football player end up at Baylor? Because the Texas Penal Football League has higher standards. Number 3 on the list. Baker might have on purpose, on accident, hit a TCU player with a football during the warm-ups of the mollywhopping of the number 6 TCU Horned Frogs and then sarcastically clapped it off. Because not only did he pick a fight then, he won it later. And as my mama would say, Mama Savage to the people who know her, it ain't bragging if you back it up, and Baker stays backing it up. Because 6 is so sad. Number 4 on the list, he went into the post-game press conference after the 62-52 win over Oklahoma State and said without any inflection whatsoever that this is Oklahoma and we're expected to beat Oklahoma State. Which would be funny if it's not so sad and true. We have 87 wins against Oklahoma State in 112 games. My goodness, it's not a rivalry. It's just the varsity beating up on the JV. Like the Powder Puff game between OU and Oklahoma State would probably be more competitive in a rivalry. Number 5 on the list, Baker graced Kansas with his presence. Look, Kansas football is more than a dumpster fire. It is an uncontrollable hot mess. It is lava oozing over the Big 12 landscape. The fact that Kansas is a Big 12 football team only serves to water down the rest of what the conference has done. Everybody else in the conference, save Baylor, is competitive, but it speaks volumes that Kansas's only win was against a team that's not even Division I. It's not even FBS. We could have left Baylor at home for the Kansas game, and we didn't. Out of some misguided form of respect from Lincoln, I can only assume, and from Baker, who had the couth to say, look, we treat Kansas like we would treat every other game, and it's very important that we come in there with the right mindset to win.
You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie.
Look, I understand why he said that. It's PR. It's media savvy. It's what you're supposed to say. But Kansas couldn't beat Union High School. Couldn't beat Jinx High School. Couldn't beat Booker T. Man, I got a hard time seeing Kansas beat Carver Middle School at this point. But Baker went there. And he played. Jayhawks, you're welcome. You got a cheap ticket to watch the next Heisman Trophy winner play football. That is our good deed for Kansas for the season. Number 6 on the list. Baker took the podium the Monday before the TCU game and said, I need the crowd to show up. I need the crowd to be lit and live. I need all 85,000 folks to be losing their minds during this game. And we did it! The man could incite an entire nation of fans to go and shout so loud that it was 110 decibels on the field. It was so loud that Gary Patterson said, I can't hear a thing. He's got sway. He's got swag. And we dig it here at the Sooner Nation. Number 7 on the list. He stiff-armed Mia Khalifa. He stiff-armed a porn star because he's so savage, because he doesn't need it. He not only said no thanks, but he blocked her after the fact. Who does that? Who does that? Do you do that? I don't know. I don't follow you on Twitter unless I do. I follow a lot of people on Twitter. Matter of fact, hit me up on Twitter at RJ_Young. I kind of follow people irregularly. And some of y'all talk to me and it's fun. I have a good time. I live in the comments. I live on Twitter. Hit me up. I don't think you would have blocked Mia Khalifa though. I think most of y'all would have tried to slide into Mia Khalifa's DMs. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Cause some of y'all wouldn't have turned down nothing but your collar. Y'all have been on y'all Johnny Manziel talking about where the party at with them fireworks flying up from through hands. You need Jesus. Number 8 on the list. He showed up to the Tech game with a Trader shirt on. Like Superman and stuff. Man. King Petty in the house. King Petty showed up with a Texas Tech Trader shirt on and said, get some. And continues to be undefeated against Cliff Kingsbury. The guy who was most responsible for bringing Baker Mayfield into the Big 12 is 0-3 against Baker Mayfield because, well, Cliff Kingsbury didn't know what he had and tried to big time Baker Mayfield, and Baker Mayfield said, watch me. Whip, hit the nay-nay. Nah, for real, he showed up at OU, walk on, said, I'm your next starting quarterback, and then took the job, and has been in the Heisman conversation every year he's been at OU. Who does that? Nobody does that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He stays on Twitter styling on people. Like, every once in a while, there's some media type who will try to talk about Baker Mayfield and say that he's not great. Are you kidding? Why would you poke the bear? And every time they poke the bear, they end up hating that they poked the bear. And you would think people would just stop poking the bear. But they don't stop poking the bear. They just keep thinking that 6 ain't a savage. But 6 is savage. He will destroy your favorite football team. Number 10 on the list. He leads every major football statistical category for quarterback. He's being touted as the best eligible quarterback in the draft. Averages more than 300 yards passing a game. Leads the most prolific offense possibly in all of college football history. You know, if that means anything to you. Alright, that's it for me. If you like the videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow. Deuces.